our privilege to interview in our Rasa's web channel the episode of Interviews with Senior Gurus.
I'm very, very grateful to you, Divisena. I'm touched by your very presence and to interview me on such a good subject that we all love, Bharatanatyam.
Thank you. After all these years of glory and heights you have attained, with life moving forward at such a fast pace, will you ever look back the path of travel sometimes? Please
Yes.
speak about the highs and lows of your journey with your divine art.
To be kind of honest, I think, personally speaking, I had the very, very memorable journey to learn this art form. When we were all at Kalakshetra, we were hardly about 8-9 years, that is in 1950s, when we had the good fortune of having Smt Rukmini Devi of Kalakshetra, the founder of Kalakshetra, as our chief. I mean, she's like a goddess Saraswati to us. And under the banyan tree, under her banyan tree, I should say, that we all grew up with such a divine background of having stalwarts in music, natyam, kathakali, art, that is our painting, drawing, which are our beloved Atte, with whom we very fondly call. She brought us to such a great height. Whatever we are today, it is her path that we are trying to follow. And it's always a very pleasant flashback, because she used to come and give. She never believed, to start with, she never believed in examination. But for the sake of the child's improvement, whether the child has gone forward or she should be retained, or whether she could be given more and more, just to standardize, she would come for the final examination, that is the year end, the academic year end. And she would always say, don't get scared of me. I am like you call me Atte, so I am like your own Atte. And your teachers, the class teachers, are the best judges. Okay. So if she is satisfied, say for example, Alaripu Jatiswaram, that standard, then she would say, Sharada, I think you can proceed with her for Shabdam. Because in those days when we were learning, we never had syllabus. It is based on how we have learned it, we have understood that particular item, that whether we have involved ourselves deeply into the subject. So Atte would always insist, never give the fright of giving examination. Well, coming to the Nati Natakam and all that, see, we were quite young, but Pedisharda teacher would give us the complete story of what we have to enact, what we have to learn. Because Divisena, we were quite young, that we never even used to go and refer to libraries. So Sharada Mami, Pedisharda teacher, was our walking librarian, encyclopedia. So she would give us all the background, and each character she would say, this is how you should react, this is what you have to kind of put it into your senses, kind of take the rasa, take the aspect of that particular character that you have to portray. And Atte also believed in teaching one role. For example, if you are asked to do Sita, she will train 2-3 people. And finally it will be her decision who would do on the day of the program. Divisena, we never had any qualms. Oh, I learned this, Atte has not said no. Because we knew she is the head of the institution. She knows exactly what she wants. She knows what she imagines that character to be. So this is going back to our journey, and without any kind of regret. We will always, even say for example, doing Chamaram, She was very particular that it should be synchronized. She will make us do the whole practice. She would make us stand. I have to come all the way from our bed just to do the chandra or just to bring a plate. All imaginary kind of. That walk, that entrance, that exit. Oh, we have learned so much Divasana, whatever, as I told you earlier, whatever we are today, we owe it to our eventual Atte Srimati Devi.
Very nice. Can you share about your practice sessions during your learning time?
Well, practice sessions, we had from first year to, I learned almost 10 years. So, first year and second year, we were taught only adults. 2 years of 5 days a week. Saturdays used to be our folk dance class, and sometimes we used to have makeup classes. We used to be taught. So just imagine we used to start at about 9 o'clock till about 11:30, 12 sometimes it will go on. We never, none of our teachers would look at the watch. It's total concentration. And for the sake of starting something new on a Vijayadashmi, the second year they would start Alanpur. Just the first Adami, the eye movement and the Adami, that's all. Then we'll go back to the most difficult adavus, the second half, like Tathingalathom, Kritikatakathom, etc. All that we had to completely, totally, the way it should be presented. Sharda, Chinnasharda teacher, or whosoever we learned, they were all very particular that it should be perfected, all the 3 sweets. They will not proceed without that particular adavu being, done properly. So, 2 years of completion of adavus. At the third year, as I told you, they will come and check whether we could go proceed. Then, the Margam, it took almost 7 years for us. So, you can see the whole Margam. So you can imagine the amount of involvement both the teacher and the taught we've had, the experience.
And also patience to
absolutely, yeah. And Divasana, we never used to go on this line. Suppose there is a 4th year girl, she's learning a different varna, we'll go on this line and learn it. No. We knew what we should be taught because we believed in our teachers.
कला स्वरूप रमणोत्सवम् 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 उत्सवम् 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 रमणोत्सवम् रमणोत्सवम् उत्सवम्
They know our standard and they have got a methodology of teaching. It is nice to learn from them than learning from a student who is not even right fully. You understand?
Yeah.
So, that sincerity that they had, the teachers had, we also had. It was a great experience to travel along with the teachers. And even at this age, few of my classmates, we are running 74 or 75, we are able to show something because of the perfection that we have got through the help of our teachers.
Do you remember your first ever performance and what was your feeling when you were on the stage at the first time?
Again, coming back, see, we never used to be given a solo in the sense, only our teachers were focused upon solo. So we were asked to take part in the productions. Like when I was in Kalakshatra learning, the 3 parts of Ramayana, Shama was, they produced Shama, and few other Natyanatams were choreographed at the time. So we used to have only the group choreography. In that, if there is any solo, like in a Sabha, Rajya Sabha, where we have to show people Tillana. And in the variety performances, we will be asked to do either a Tillana or a Padam or a half Bharna. So her focus was never on the solo performances, because she was very, very keen that we should learn properly before she never insisted on one more main point that I would like to emphasize. She never insisted upon arrangements. For her, the experience of going on the stage and whatever was taught to us, if we present properly, and those who were wanting to spend, and it was not a lavish arrangement, it was a very simple scale. We used to buy only one sari, no change in the intermission and all that, and we'll have one chief guest and very simple invitations, because she believed in art for art's sake. Okay, so she never used to insist upon arrangement. So our solo performances in that sense came much, much later, not while we were learning. Okay, so well, no regrets. And I think whatever we did in our dance dramas is equivalent to, a kind of a solos. Because we got involved, as I told you, we enjoyed whatever was taught, and we were taught by scholars. The music was set by none other than, starting from Tiger Ardacharya, Mysore Vasudevachar, Semmagudi Srinivasayya, M.D. Ramanathan, Pashupati sir. So many of good stalwarts they composed. Bhavanajan Shiva. Oh, the music itself, would bring the essence, the rasa that is expected from us. So that experience, and fortunately in our particular group, our batch, we were very fortunate that we could sing. We had the knowledge of music, which I feel that these days the present generation, they don't kind of concentrate on that to a certain level. I'm not saying one should give a kacheri, but the music plays a major role for a dancer, because the music brings more bhava. Singing and performing, it goes hand in hand. Without Sangeetam, what is Bharatanatyam? Sangeetam itself, we know it covers all the three aspects, right? So we all had little music knowledge, which Atta used to say, especially when we used to learn padams. She would always say, Odam Padam, sing once, and second time don't sing. So she would say, you can feel the experience of, that's right. It comes from within, the bhava comes from within when you sing and do. So, well, this is our journey, and I think our journey is going on, because now the present generation, I see a lot of new teachers, and I would say, because they are now going deep into the subject, it is like they do a lot of research. For example, I admire you for your involvement, your way of producing your great productions. For that, in this thing, we were only taught, we were totally, kind of under Sharda teacher's guidance. Very Sharda teacher and Chinna Sharda teacher's training for grinding us to the perfection. All the teachers, Jaya teacher, Vasanta teacher, Lakshman sir, we all had the good fortune of learning under these stalwarts. We learned a lot.
Which one of your production is your favorite, and what is so special about it?
Well, I have done lots of items, solo items. The great production, what I would say, I did a couple of them in Bangalore for Heritage, an organization called Heritage, run by one Smt Vijayalakshmi Vijay Kumar. That was an experience, because there also I had students from city of Bangalore and suburbs. She had run a workshop and she wanted me in 2 weeks to produce, and she gave all the materials, including jatis. And she had about 16 people for orchestra, 2 musicians, and we had a lovely time, in the sense they all took a liking the way I taught them and interacted with them, made them feel very easy. And I also used to compare how we used to do in Kalakshetra and correct them, especially the Angashuddham. The Aramati and Angashuddham, I would tell them, maintain your adus. because you are going back to your guru. But you must understand what I am trying to correct you. The body line, the Angashudram is very important for all styles. Those two productions, it was very well received. It was performed at Ravindra Kalakshetra in Bangalore. Then the great opportunity again was given to me by Sri Cleveland Sundaram for the Cleveland Jagannath Festival 3 years ago. This is 2013 and 14, if I'm right. He wanted we had to find jatis, we had to set out jatis. There again, I had the good fortune of interacting with artists from America. Their gurus are different, their styles were different. But that also, the children cooperated so well. We had, actually I set it with Jayanti students here in Chennai because those children came and joined later. And I am very thankful again to one of my senior most students, Kumari Sangeeta Ishwar. She's a genius by herself. So I took her help to show the children, like movements of deer, movements of elephant, and the gait of Sita, the gait of Rama.
Which episode?
Well, I did Balakanda.
Oh, Balakanda.
Because again, why did I choose? It was God's this thing. Immediately when Sundar Mama asked me, I said, I would like to take a Balakanda. It was an immediate reaction and reply. Then I pondered, why did it come to me? Then I said, okay, here is the only place where Rama Avataram and Parashurama Avataram, two avatars meet.
Yes.
It is something very unique. And you portray the birth of Rama and you portray the Sita Kalyanam. So I thought it is Rama's wish that he wanted me to do that kanda. Balakandam is very, very interesting. The music was set, lyrics and music set by now the Sangeeta Kalanidhi, chosen Sangeeta Kalanidhi for 2017-18, Sri Ravi Kiran. He is a genius. I am so humbled because he came home, he sat with my children. We had a couple of sessions in his house. Then while we produced, he said, Savitri ji, I will come to your house. I will want definitely to give you help through my singers, Apurva, Nana, Hita, who sang, the young, they were at that time, I'm talking of 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years ago, they were just learning from him. They used to grasp so quickly, and any number of times I tell them to sing, they would sing. And he also made couple of ragas with one swara, the whole raga setting changed for characterization, It changed the whole, see that is a genius, So I thought it was a very, very good production that, and Mama also, Sundaram also wanted us to present at Krishna Sabha during the December season. For which, I couldn't get all the American children, but again I took the help of Jayanti. And of course, Sangeeta Ishwar participated, and couple of my students also participated. Another great production was Mahabharatam. As Sundar is always very ambitious, it was a challenge for all the choreographers. And I asked him, what should I do? And he said, you may have to do 1 hour between the Kuchipudi and Kathak. Bharatanatyam will come in center portion. I said, oh, that's a novel idea. And I asked him, who are all the choreographers? He said, Kishore Musalakandi for Kuchipudi, and you have to take charge of Bharatanatyam and the great Kathak maestro, Brijbaraji will do the Kathak. Well, it was a real challenge. I had only to choreograph the Krishnan Dood, and I had such wonderful senior artists who cooperated with me. Jayanti Subramaniam, Nartaki Nataraj, Malika Girish Manikar, and a couple of children from the US, Kalyani, Apurva, and one or two children from here, from Chennai. It was Nabia Natarajan also took part. Archana Narayanamurthy, she took part. Again, it was a kind of an awakening to set, between two styles. How should I focus with my Bharatanatyam to make it more very effective? It was a challenge to cover it within an hour. And the lyrics, again, a few lyrics were also given by Venkata Subramaniam sir. Yeah. He rose up to the occasion, and a couple of scenes I requested him to give the lyrics, which was again set, music was set by Ravi Kiran. That was a very memorable production. See, because Kishore couldn't come, he taught the whole portion to you.
It was a great opportunity to be.
Yes, yeah, no. What I would say, all admiration, because you learned the whole part, everybody's role, and you were able to guide the American children especially. You did a marvelous job. I think we all had wonderful time during Mahabharata.
Yeah.
I wish to thank Shri Sundaram for such a golden opportunity to, all the artists, such great gurus like Shashwati, Brijwaraji, and top class musicians. Don't you think it is a memorable production?
Live.
Yeah, fulfilling. That all these things, are I should say, my best productions, memorable productions. It's like a dream come true, right?
Much has changed with regard to the learning and performance of dance today from that of earlier days. What are your views on this?
Let me be very frank. It is not the way that we used to learn. For us, one varnam would take minimum 6 months to 1 year to learn the nritta aspect, the abhinaya aspect, the nuances, to learn the jatis, to learn to sing and perfect our varnam. It would take nearly, as I told you, 6 months to 1 year to be ready to perform with the permission of our teachers. Unless they are satisfied, they will never ask us to dance. Now the time has changed because the children have their own curriculum, heavy curriculum, and we have to admit that every child has to have her own educational background, because life is not as easier as it used to be for us. It is very tough. It is a challenging period for the girls to face the world, and they need educational background. So what has happened, it is all kind of compiled, and it is the main thing that, well, I am not for it, but it is a stage where they have to make the video, as their guru, because they take permission from us, auntie, can I videotape so that I can practice? Very reluctantly we have to say, because the time is very short for them to learn. In those days, as I told you, we had all the 6 days, plus sometimes Sundays we used to go for our productions, dance drama productions for the season. So we had time, but nowadays the children are coming only in the evening. Institutions like Kalakshetra, etc., it is a fully concentrating on, on the subject, like practical subject like Bharatanatyam or music, where they have regular classes both morning and evening. But these children now who are learning are part-time students. We cannot say they cannot learn through the media. But I feel the personal rapport, and especially now this learning through the Skype, which I have never tried, and I'm really I dread to teach, because that is now the latest mode.
Yes.
Because people from all over the globe, they want to learn simultaneously, but the teachers also like to earn money, because again, life is becoming more and more expensive, challenging, and we have to educate our children. So we cannot completely deny that, it is not right. But what I would say, after teaching in the Skype or learning from the media video, you see that the child comes at least for a month to learn the items that she or he learned through the media. So the teachers should correct. Everything has to be, every hand has to be. Let them play the video, then you tell them this is not the way to do it. This is the way to do it. This is how you should have learned it. This is the meaning that we meant. So that personal teaching, I think, should be followed. Okay. Well, the media is now the main teacher. You cannot stop it because everybody is learning items through YouTube. That is worse because somebody else composition, somebody else choreography they are learning. It is okay as long as you stick to your teacher and her ideas, her way of choreography. That's fine. But learning through YouTube and all that, I think I will never approve. I am an old timer.
There are so many performers and gurus coming up with innovations added to the existing form of the art. What are your views on innovations? Do share some thoughts regarding your own work and its impact on society and lovers of the art.
Divya Sena, everything is evolving. See, if you go back, if you see some of the old videos, if at all you happen to see, you can see how beautifully it has been refined from what it was, because it was coming from a great parampara of Devadasis. It was totally dedicated to the God. Now we are presenting, later on, of course you know the history. Now we are presenting to a learned audience. We have rapport with the audience, and we would like to present very divine, more divine than what it used to be, I personally feel. And it should be speaking, it should appeal to the present generation. Don't show any vulgarity. Okay? And also stick to the margam. And nowadays, people like you, Anita Guha, Sheila Krishna, I'm talking purposely, not only sticking to Kalakshatra, so many Urmila, so many people are now coming out with beautiful productions. We also are now trying to follow the contemporary themes, which are now coming into vogue, because people are a little tired of Puranas, Itihasas, and they want something new. And I think the present generation is doing a wonderful job.